Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to rationalinvestor.co. It is Christmas Eve, and I noticed that lounge pretty quiet today. Noticed the team are sort of in and out. I saw Jeremy. I don't know what was going on, but my WordPress wasn't updating, so I really didn't see people posting away. I thought it was actually pretty quiet on the site this morning when I got up. But I did see that people were posting away when I sort of updated things a little bit. So I hope you guys are having some fun chatting in the lounge this morning. Um, because of the holiday session, I actually had to reboot the whole WordPress. I was just getting absolutely swamped with messages. So I apologize, people, if you sent me a PM, but I didn't get back to it. It was just getting absolutely ridiculous how many messages I had loaded up here. So just keep bugging me. If you really want my attention, poke me a couple times. Probably not a bad idea. Obviously broader markets, we're not trading a heck of a lot of stock right now. Crypto obviously is in the focus right now. And, we can take a look at the chart. Because of the holiday session, I think things have calmed down here a little bit. It seems to me like they've sort of parked Bitcoin in a range here for the time being. It shouldn't surprise us that dead cat bounces ran into resistance at 38.2. That's basically what's supposed to happen. I did find it interesting through the New York kill zone. They basically had her in free fall here right into our little buying window. So for all those day traders out there in the community who are interested, I think you were given an interesting trading opportunity here this morning. But the bottom line here is this market is very heavy right now. Probably a good sort of heads up for the community. We've just been banging out just ridiculous amount of wins here just the past few days, and frankly speaking, a little bit unexpected. If you wouldn't mind throwing yourself on mute if you join this hangout, it makes good old Uncle Brian's life a little easier. So thank you very much. Hey, Garrett, I owe you money, man. No way. You're not getting out of this shit. I owe you money. You're going to take my money whether you like it or not. So pony up your address and let me pay you money. I just saw Garrett there. Garrett's trying to squeeze out of me paying him money. Bastard. So I'm calling you out. You're gonna accept my money whether you like it or not. Just kidding. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Now there's a Christmas present, eh? Jump in a lounge and somebody's barking at you about wanting to hand you a big fistful of dollars. Anyway, so back to our story. We've been banging out just a whole pile of winners. I mean, we just go through the list. It's just insane. Frankly speaking, some of these coins have gone absolutely ridiculous here. Let's see if this even needs to be updated. Yeah, look at this. Jesus. Whoa, we just got another sell-off. I swear I was too busy doing other things, and I see that we just got another double. This is crazy. So I don't know what's going on over here. Start? Is that what it was? No. Was it start or strat? So I guess another one is popping. Woo, nice move. Wow. Oh yeah, I remember this one. I mean, the irony of it all is, and didn't I tell you guys this recently? You could like literally randomly pick like maybe 20 or 30 of these coins, and a good chunk of them are going to be way higher into the spring and the summer. And if anything, what I think sort of happening here a little bit is we're being like given nice little gifts here. So, farm the market when you can. I'm going to have to go look into the nitty gritty behind this and see what I've done here. Trying to figure out the insanity of the market right now. But I mean, we're just banging off trades right, left, and center here. And it was interesting because I was even tweeting out, and I'm just sort of getting off topic here a little bit. Sorry, guys. But I was tweeting out the other day, this one broke out on the charts, and I tweeted out to the public. I was like, when it was breaking out, I think through here, I was like, quack. Everybody pay attention to your quackers. And got off a whole pile of trades here. Because the interesting thing with Quacker, and I haven't done this up, this is just one of our cars. We've got like 3 or 4 different cars going on Quacker right now. So we're getting fills all over the place. You know, we sold one chunk at 195. And what's interesting is you see the size of this one, right? 40,000. This 195, the next car for him was up here at 390, which just so happened to be the level for a different car. So we had like 2 different cars popping off fills there. It's just, and I mean that, you know, I mean, make hay while the sun's shining, right? That's what you're supposed to do here. Well, you know, it's a trader's life. So, you know, and also a really good testament why you should have your open orders working, right? Because, you know, if you turn your computer on, you're like, oh, geez, I should have been filled here. You might not see that again, eh? But it is interesting because I do remember, you know, probably a week or 2 ago, we had talked about Verge going to new highs. And I was like, oh, could you please take Quacker to new highs? And sure enough, boom, there it is. Now, the problem with these is this really that these stories are so great, or is there a character online that might be helping these coins along right now? And that's a little bit bothersome. You know, like the Verge, for example, and I sort of have like a nice little, let's see, what the hell's that screen? I just got like a list of them that I like to keep track of here. I just can't remember what screen it is. I guess it's this one with our booby girls. So here's the latest one. And it's kind of interesting about this one, right, is that I even tweeted out here, I think this is a really good analogy to how slow the dinosaurs are at things like CNBC. And I was sort of making fun of the anchors because, you know, like as Bitcoin's making new highs, of course, that's all that they're concentrated on. And while that's happening, I was, you know, going out to the, and you guys, do you remember just a week or 2 ago, I was even tweeting out to the public. I was like, this is ridiculous. These are just gifts. And so here's the end result. Got to be feeling pretty good. But you know what? Is this son of a bitch going to go to new highs now? It could. There's nothing stopping it. So, you know, just make sure you got your orders working and you're all prepared. And of course, just, you know, make money when the, you know, make hay while the sun's shining, as they say. Getting back to my original point, what I really wanted to talk to you guys about was we're starting to get a little Bitcoin heavy again. And so even though I would really like to hold on to all my Bitcoins, we actually have started a spoon feeding initiative to maybe lighten up a little bit Bitcoin, get, you know, grab some cash. So we did get filled yesterday on the 38.2 tag. We got a bit off there. I do have some more orders working on these reload zones and respective fib levels. I'm just going to let this work. And in essence, I'm just going to be spoon feeding. So everybody on the site should just be aware of that. That Brian is going to be, you know, I actually would like to convert a lot of these profits that we made into tangible dollars. You know, for the record, now, I mean, here's the kick in the pants, right? So keep in mind, this is just, you know, well, this is into Tether, so technically it's not into fiat. That's a good point. But you know, this is just my sort of diversification to try and get away, just in case Bitcoin does have to come back down here for a while. I think, you know, yeah, ironically enough, when we look at our portfolio here, our cash is actually getting a bit small. I want the cash to actually get a bit bigger. Thank you very much. Or our cash proxy. And I know all of you guys are going to be like, oh, but tether. The irony of it all is that and I've mentioned this to you guys before. I've actually noticed that when the tether shit starts happening, what's fascinating is these tether coins are the ones that drop. So if I actually want to get out of tether, I actually get a discount to just go and grab Dash or, ETH, or I guess, yeah, I think ETH is a tether coin. There's a whole bunch of them. I mean, I might not necessarily just go buy Bitcoin. You have a whole list of coins that you can buy. But, for the time being, I personally don't have a problem with tether. Anyway, long and short of it here, I just wanted you guys to be aware that Brian is going to be spoon feeding coins on any kind of counter trend rally, and it's usually what I do. I don't know if this is quote unquote the bottom. What I do find really interesting about all of this, and it's really captured my imagination, because about a month or so ago, I was squawking about this study for a long time, and I actually was frankly utterly perplexed at how this thing developed. But what I find fascinating, and Thomas and we've talked about this before, how the OKCoin forwards contracts, they seem to like to reset themselves at their original levels. And of course, this December contract's going off the board here in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. And I also find it really interesting too. I hear a lot of people talking about a new base for Bitcoin of $8,000. I don't know why people have sort of decided on that level, but I'm hearing a lot of sort of smarty pants people throwing that number around. I think it's understandable why the market stopped where it did. You notice 50% retracement, 50% retracement, 50% retracement. So, maybe this is the extent of this correction. But in essence, anywhere in sort of this area, if we got that dump into the end of the year, I think that shouldn't be a shock to anybody. Don't be surprised. But what I do find really interesting is we're actually transitioning out of technically what was supposed to be a consolidation period and heading into a rally period. What the fuck? Merry Christmas, Innie. Send a couple of those snow bunnies my way. That'll be your Christmas present to me, okay, please? The ski bunnies. You're on the ski hills now, right? You've moved from the beach. The beach would be kind of crappy right now. No, I got enough doubles to sink a ship. I don't need any more damn doubles. But as Julian has pointed out, Brian probably should maybe get a woman in his life. That's a little bit overdue. Anyway, that's another conversation for another day. Anyway, so the point of the matter here is that I don't know how this consolidation period ultimately ends, but frankly speaking, I would just be like, son of a bitch, if they actually took the market out where they started it, which is usually what they do through these consolidation windows. I'm not calling for it, but the long and short of it here is it wouldn't surprise me if that's what actually ends up happening here. And the irony of it all, and this actually lines up because this is kind of what I'm thinking going forward, guys. I believe the CME event has sort of set the stage. I think that a lot of new money coming into the space is simply waiting for the new tax year. And now, of course, Mr. Trump has gone and made capitalism a hell of a lot more profitable for the 1%. I think crypto is here, guys. Get used to it. This is now a new asset class. It is part of our lives. And I wouldn't be surprised. Call me crazy. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if the first 30 days right out of the gate, fucking crypto goes fucking nuts here. Call me an idiot. I don't know. But that's just sort of what I'm thinking is They actually are going to reset this. They're going to make everyone think that crypto's over. It's dead. It's garbage. It's crap. I'm going to have Julian shit in his pants. He's freaking out. Get out of crypto. It's over, man. We got to get out of here. And then all of a sudden, the fucking just tsunami of tsunamis comes in here into the new year. I don't know. Call me a starry-eyed optimist. That's sort of what I'm thinking right now, guys. We'll see. Only time will tell. I think the irony of it all is if Bitcoin actually does back up into this area, I think you're actually going to be given the buying opportunity of a lifetime. So, and also, like my just general commentary to all sort of, new students, silver members who wanted to participate in this altcoin market coming up here, heading into the spring and summer. This is exactly why we should just do sort of a nibble strategy to build our Bitcoin sort of base that we're going to use as our capital, where you just go in once a week and you do some nibbling, right? And I think I've even done this before. What ends up happening for you guys is you get like an average cost for your Bitcoins. And I mean, frankly speaking, I don't think anybody was expecting this coming out of here. I don't think anybody. The fact that it has happened, right? We as traders, we just have to sort of live with it. I think understand that they're going to paint major, like if we change this to reload zones, they're going to paint a big wipeout down, even maybe below 10,000, right? You can see 78.6 is that 8,500. Gee whiz, there's our good, we've seen that number before. They're going to paint this big dump down into here as sort of the end of Bitcoin. It's all white, it's all over, right? Kind of thing. But I would actually argue that that's actually your buying opportunity right in there. So we'll see what happens. And, WD Gann, he always used to say 50% level, just take the actual raw figure. So 19,666, just simply divide that by 2. It's just underneath 10,000. It was interesting, Thomas, we were doing the OK Coin 50% levels. It also was just a hair above that 50% level. So that wouldn't surprise me that we still have to explore around these lows here into the end of the year and this OK Coin rollover and shit. Wouldn't surprise me at all. We do not have any sort of bullish indications here whatsoever just yet. Just cool your jets. I mean, that's really, the interesting thing is a lot of altcoins were doing this, and day after day we were just putting up those nice, airplane gifts with all the ice and shit on them. And sure enough, if you're patient and disciplined, the market comes down and it affords you the opportunity. So if anything, I would argue, like I said before, counter trend rallies back up into resistance. I don't have a problem lightening up, and especially with all of the bloody doubles we've been booking in altcoin land, if I get counter trend rallies back up into here, I'm more than happy to let them have some. I don't think it's a good idea to be selling your Bitcoins down in here. I think you're getting like discounted panic bottom kind of fills. And like I said, if we dump hard down into these levels, I would actually argue that you really want to be hunting long setups. And I would hope, especially for my OK Coin account and stuff like that, if we actually do get that opportunity, I'm gonna be going into like laser beam focus mode to try and strap on a long for the next leg back up. So that's sort of what I'm thinking with Bitcoin. I know it kind of sucks because it's holiday season. If we look at reload zones here, you can see the battle. Remember we did the little squiggly line? Do you guys remember that? I sort of said, well, here's the dump, and you're probably going to have that. Well, let's see if we can get that right. This down, up, down kind of thing. Well, looks like we got the same shit going on here. So, momentum, I really don't advise it. But momentum, I suppose if we break these lows, you're probably going to get some sort of flush down into here. I think that's a horrible short. That's not a short I would consider. And as you can see, this image still paints, if we are actually going to be hunting short setups, I think you actually have to wait for this red box up in here. So, I don't know what else is to say here to you guys today. I'm sorry. Maybe, Thomas, you want to hop on and and give us your thoughts here. Do you feel like sharing with the community, or are you in I'm checked out, I'm at the North Pole helping Santa wrap presents? I don't know. Thomas, are you there? No, the jungles of the North Pole. Don't have a microphone. Hey, there you go. On the beach. Yeah, there you go. The beach is the North Pole. Damn fine swimming. I don't know. Anybody want to look at anything in particular? It's been some hell of a runners, eh? I got that start trade off. Probably should make sure I got the sell half on a double working there. START. Let's see what you got here. Look at that pretty chart. Jeez, so pretty. Pretty, pretty. Princess pretty. Any coins that haven't moved yet? There was one that I was looking at this morning. I got some bids working in. That was really interesting. Have I bought anything? Actually, one that I bought just the other day is looking really interesting. Where is that chart? That one? Ooh, look at Doge. Go! I want to see Michelle Brucer Cabrera bark like a dog. Doge! Let's see. So Doge is running. Oh, Quacker finally came down. Quacker couldn't handle that. Did you see RDD? This was just nuts. There's another one that made a new high. So I'm going to get a banana. Hey, there's Mr. Lumens. Is that Mr. Lumens? Oh, maybe I got them mixed up. Yeah, well, I heard that somebody said there's supposed to be some big airdrop or something for next. Some guys, some Facebook guys were like, "Don't sell your next, Brian. What are you, crazy?" So I guess I can understand why the run up there. I think actually I got that ARDR thing too. It's also moving up pretty nicely. Or ADAR, DDAR, whatever. Yeah, AR, yeah, here, this thing. Check out that chart. Woohoo! Party Central. Now, who wants to admit that before they knew TRI, they would be going and buying right now? I don't mean to be a dick. So the cool part about it is you guys should all look at this chart and you should be like, okay, well, there's a W, fine. I guess I could buy there. The interesting thing is for weekly investors, do you see how this is a massive W? I don't think it's a good idea to be a buyer here, but check what happens. We go to a weekly. Remember, there's our weekly W. And now we can go to like a monthly. Wow, this is getting serious. So do you see how institutional investors can now start saying, institutionally, I can take a position in this? That is basically how like fund managers invest. Isn't that cool? But you got to understand that if you buy right here, where do you have to risk to? You got to risk all the way down here. So, us traders, we're watching our balance sheets on a daily basis. Are we going to take this kind of risk, buying here and risking all the way down here? Probably not, right? Isn't that cool? And if you don't think that that shit works, basically that's what this was. Turn it to a monthly chart. Does it make sense that institutional players can come in right here? It's just a question of time frame, that's all. And what did I want to show you guys? Look at Doge. Go, Doge, go! I want another double. Come on, Doge. Just think about the amount of market cap increase here. Sitting at 64 from 21. Anybody have any idea how much money that is? How many coins are out on Doge? That's the question you have to ask first. Think about it in dog years. I honestly, I don't even like. I have to like literally go to like these sites because I'm too stupid. I seriously can't even think that big of numbers. Where is it? It's one of these sites. Oh, good old Bitcoin. Bitcoin, you're a pain in the butt. Bitcoin, pain in the butt. Actually, it might be interesting. Doge, it might have actually gone up the equal amount that Bitcoin actually went down in market cap. Doge has a nice light. How many does that have out? I think it's this one here, right? Jesus H. Christ. 112 billion? Wow. Actually, that market cap isn't really that bad. It's only $230 million. That's cheap. It's peanuts. No? Probably needs to be adjusted. I didn't realize it was POW. How did they do it POW with so many coins out? Anyway, look at the volume coming in here, eh? Somebody's a buyer. This is actually a really good way you can actually use the volume moving average. Do you see how basically we got a nice little double bottom in the volume moving average? That's the way you treat volume momentum. And, of course, all us volume impetus people were all like, woo, that's a W, man. Let's break it out. You got to go buy that damn thing. Oh, Jesus H. Christ. What's going on? Man, this thing's just been chugging along here. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Pretty chart, eh? I swear somebody could write a course off of this shit. It's like so cliche. What do you think? Is that at or below the reload zone? I think slightly. Pretty chart. Pretty princess, pretty. All right, what else are we looking at here? Actually, I better should go look at this and see what the hell I've done here. Man, every 10 minutes I gotta fucking log into the damn Bitterx account now. Jesus, this is frustrating. Really not happy with this at all. All right, let's see if it's gonna let me in. Yay, I'm in. Geez, that Salas sure went up, eh? 330% on the day. Damn. look at that one next. Start. Let's see what we got here. He's a cute. Ooh, I like the volume too on start, eh? You can just see it's just getting going. Look at that. It's just. I noticed that they love to do that. They just get them going, right? When they do these kind of volume days, that's the end of the move, right? Just absolute insanity. But you pull up your sort of Bitterix sheet. You see how it's just done like 69 Bitcoin, just nice little light, happy volume. That's telling you they're just getting this thing ready to go. That's good. We've got a winner. Ride the Ferris wheel. Ride the comet. How many should I sell here now? Oh boy, I got a lot. It's going to take a minute to figure out. 22, 23, 40, 50, 32, 50. Boy, there's a drive. All right, looks good. All right, that's working away. Well, that's cool. It's interesting when that happens. I'll put a sell order, but because my sell order is so far away from the market, the actual algos look at that and they tick the market up. Because they're like, oh, here comes a sell order. I can, and I swear they must have like an inside beat to actually know when people are starting to enter sell orders. There must be some sort of tip off for them. And then because it was so far away from the market, they were like, phew, okay, we can take it. We can continue higher. Now, do I need to have other sell halves on double orders working? Something isn't right here. Ooh. Not that. Over here. Hold on here. Start. Start. Oh boy. Oh, I've done a lot of business here. If anybody has something to say to the audience, beat him. Try. Yeah, I know. I'm just babbling away here, guys. And then she said, "Can you believe it? There was $5.99 for a pound of pork chops. Jesus H Christ, couldn't believe that." Trash TV? Well, Roham, if you got something better to say, please feel free. You got the mic. She didn't mean to insult you. Now, what the hell have I done here? 1,000. I hate when you download the statements. It's all confused. What the hell's the price of this thing? 1,200. I am like really confused here. Sorry. This doesn't make any sense. 13. Okay, so there's that. And then we have. Oh, okay, that isn't making sense now. Okay. All right. I think that makes sense. Confusing. Da, 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 da. Okay. I don't need that anymore. Bush. Bush. All right. What else should we look at? Something that I'm buying this. What did I buy recently? I bought a couple things. This one little one looks totally choice. Is that it? This one. I bought this one yesterday right in there. Love the look at that one. Cute little one. Little cutie. I don't know if there's anything else I'm interested. There was one that I was working some bids on earlier. Where is it? What was that one? Oh, it's in my order book. Order book, order book, order book, orders, orders. All right, I put in some bids to buy. What did I want to buy here today? GNO. Let's see what we got there. GNO. Yeah. I don't know whether it's going to give me the opportunity. It kind of looks like this thing's basing right here. If we take off through here, then she's probably not going to look back. Good looking volume bars. Still a little bit of sellers. Nice momentum. We're going through the 50 line here on the Williams percentage R. And of course, look at that, eh? This thing's got a world of room to run here. So, if you felt like playing the cup and handle kind of formation, I suppose you could go and buy some. But I noticed that there was a cute little gap right there. I went down to the hourlies and I just sort of said, okay, what does that bottom actually look like? And I noticed this is where Joshua does really well. You notice there's this big old hole in the charts right there. I think that's been filled in. Looks like there's a little bit of a hole there as well. But that sure looks like an interesting level. So that's right against those lows. Nice little dip against those lows below value. Looks like there's a cute little double bottom. They might try to defend down in here. I don't know. Looks pretty solid. Some sort of, you can see somebody dumped into here and somebody said, no way, get your butt out of there. So, nice little move below value here. I'd be interested in picking some of this up. So, got a bid working down at that daily gap. Is that the same level? Yeah, right there. Yeah, it's an interesting little area. I don't know. Anybody else got anything that they're seeing W's come in on? Look at this SLS, man. What a move. Woohoo! Holy Jesus H Christ. AVT on Phoenix. Ooh, that's a cute little W. WWW. It's a bit tough to chase it in here. Oh, look, there's a bit of a gap right there. Call that Joshua gap. The Joshua tree. Ooh, a little bit of gap there too. Let's work your stink bids. Stink a stink. Notice that gap right there kind of lines up with the original double bottom breakout. So. Not bad looking. It's not great. Not bad. Nice OBV turn here. I'd like to see volume breakout through the top there. Anything? Let's see. There's that GNO. SLS, man. This one hell of a damn trade. Jesus. And you know what's so funny about this is I've got an open order to sell working like at 1.4. So like right there. So in typical fashion, they stalled it right below my sell order. Boo, jerks. What's Ethereum look like? Oh boy, a little dangerous. Right back into a selling window here. Interesting. And considering the day of the week, I don't know. Do you think they're gonna break crypto kids' hearts here on Christmas Day? Usually, I find that they like to give the kids like a day or so right around Christmas because they get their sort of, oh, I got Bitcoin in my stock and oh great, I can go buy some altcoins. Right? They go running down to the computers, right? So they give them about a day or so, and then all of a sudden the shit hits the fan. I got a funny feeling next week could be a tough week. So make hay while the sun's shining, my friends. Wow, look at that move. Boom. Anybody pick up any of this thing? Oh, I think I am. I'm jazzed about this one. Oh yeah, this is the one that this is another one that I bought recently. I sure like the look of that one. And I was telling you about that. Look at this fucking trade. This one. Oh my god, son of a motherfucker. I was watching this all last night going, should I go and just grab some? Should I just go and grab some? Should I just go and grab some? And look at that. There would have been a goddamn trade there, sons of bitches. Drive me nuts. I knew there was something was going to happen on that thing. What's our DCT look like? Oh, what's Moscoin look like? Moscoins. Woo, Moscoin's doing nicely here. Come back nicely. Wow, look at that double bottom payoff. Everybody see that? What a level. Right there. Jesus. What a level. Total free coins now. This GEO, it gave us a double. Nice little trade there. Might get another double off here. Hopefully everybody can see all these W's. Can you see this W? Hey, Wayne, can you see these W's? Do you now get what I've been trying to teach you guys? And I mean, look at these percentages. This is ridiculous. What the fuck is the Chinese down there? Look at that W. Ay, 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 ay. Man, it's incredible. Right into year end. Actually, it almost feels like it was about a week ahead of time this year. Maybe we need one more. Whoa, look at that guy go. VRM. Jesus, look at that W. Ay, 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 ay. Cloak. I think actually I remember I bought some of this at the end of the summer. So yeah, we're back in the money there. That's encouraging. Blitz. Look at that trade. Holy Jesus. Straight up. You can see a lot of these altcoins are just sort of just bumping along. Show the NXTW. NXT. This is a really, and you know, I guess they're doing some sort of airdrop or something like that of new coins. This is a great example of sort of if you can do multiple cars. And actually, I think I didn't write up. Like I actually bought another whack of them here. And we have this third car, and then I bought another whack here. So I've only reported a couple of the cars on here. What a great example, eh? And if anything, right, this is what we now need to take away from this. And it was interesting. I remember we were looking at this before. Remember we had said like, I just didn't like last year's low. It was a V bottom. Now can you see that that bottom has now been tested? Look at that. I mean, talk about a damn railroad tracks. That's about as railroad tracks as you're going to get on a weekly chart. Came down, tested that low hard, said see you later, and woohoo! What's also really cool about this is, and you see how we can actually, you can kind of see this coming. You just go, boom, boom. My hunch is this thing probably wants to settle in right around our double area. So that's like one of those big green dildos. That you see those tweets? Those are so funny. And do you see, Wayne, do you see how that story's coming to an end now? Nice little inside bar here. So if this sort of finishes today, I'm just a doji, I'm done, and then it actually ticks down below through this low, then that's the end of the rally. I think it can't finish until airdrop. Yeah, but isn't that basically right like now? Right? Isn't like that's like 28 you said or somewhere in here? Right? So it could just bump along here for a couple days. It wouldn't surprise me. But who knows? I mean, if we tick up through the top here, then this becomes a buy signal, right? Inside bar breakout. So. Anyway, long and short of it here, one hell of a run. XCP on Polo. And actually, I noticed that like there's one that Hunter coin. Jesus, what a looking bottom, eh? Check this out. Look at that, eh? You see how they're doing this on Polo? These ones are just very quietly, very politely putting in their bottoms. And look at these. I mean, look at the rallies these things do, eh? It's almost, I mean, it's almost common. Like, I mean, look at that. What do you think, guys? Do you think maybe there's some money to be made here? If you have any Bitcoin over on Polo, this isn't a bad name to seriously consider accumulating in here. Isn't that incredible? Damn. I don't think so, because I had to move it, didn't I? I think that's the reason why it's over there. Yeah, it's only on Polo. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be looking at XCP. I'm sorry. Jesus, you know, one might argue that's why this thing is bottoming, right? Is because it's only on Polo. Everybody's lost interest, right? Polo's basically told everybody to fuck off, right? So in come the bottoms. What a surprise. All right, let's go look at Counterparty. You know, it's down at the bottom end of the range. I've been telling people a long time I'm more than happy to be a owner of this thing down in here. But you can see here's the entire year of 2017. It was kind of a wash, wasn't it? Just big hurry up and do nothing. It's interesting how into year end, they just keep hitting the reset button on this thing. Eh? Isn't that interesting? Noobs now don't even know about polo. That's crazy. This space, let alone Crapsy or Mint Pal or Gox. They don't even know about polo. Oh, goodness. So actually, it's interesting. Notice how they have this funny little tail right here on XCP. So, gee whiz, what a surprise, eh? Dips into here is probably your, where the smart money is along. I mean, I've got a whack of this. I'm not in any hurry whatsoever. Do I expect to see it revisit back top end of ranges here? Absolutely. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Is it ready to go today? No, I don't think so because it just broke to new lows here, right? I think if anything, it's got to do a bit more cleanup. Pain in the butt. Like what we really want to see is this. If you want to just like, all right, this thing's ready to rock and roll. Notice how it rallies off the lows, comes down, and then just consolidates, breaks through downtrend lines already. We're ready to rock and roll here. So, kind of double bottomy, breaks down, nice consolidate, ready to rock and roll. So we had beautiful bottom come in here, ready to rock and roll, break down, come back down, test the lows. I would imagine, real shark traders, they're probably in here buying. And you could probably do like reload zones off of just this range alone. Yeah, I might even say like even to here, there to there. So mountain man level right there, not a shock. And I suppose if you just did that, that was your sort of line in the sand kind of thing. So that, those guys that are taking that shot, that's them right now. I think probably too, do you notice here Hoag's play? So we're up now at the top of value here. I don't think it's a good idea to chase this now. And I wouldn't be surprised if the shorters, so it makes sense why the market, when it got up to here above value, mountain man hit that bitch. Boom. And then it says like, no, I'm still a bull. And mountain man says, get your ass back down there. Sucker. Right. And now it's just starts saying, okay, I don't know whether I want to go up and touch him again. He hurts me when I get up there. All right, consolidate. Okay, let's build some friends. All right, we got a real solid army. Okay, let's go after that motherfucker. Dog. Stalking. Mountain man stalking kids. Crypto kids. Right, Mountain Man's just sitting there looking down on the kids going, are you sure you want to come and mess with me? Or I'm going to kick your butt. You can see Garrett's like, okay, this is really deteriorated. Why am I watching this? He's gone. We'll miss you, Garrett. I'm having some Christmas fun. I have to, what time is it? It's 10:30. Okay, so I have to be out of here for Liam around noon, so we still have time. All right, so, if you wanted to be a buyer of this thing, right? Reload zones, land in the sand against this tail, against the original double bottom. Looks like 0.00145 area, somewhere in there would probably be a sexy area. All right, guys, anybody else want to look at anything while you got me here? Someone smarter than me really needs to make an animation of some of these stories. Okay. Those boobs again. Yeah. ARK tanked? Uh-oh. Oh, could it? I was guaranteed Lambos. It tanked? It just looks like it's sitting there. Tanked. That's like Bitcoin's crashing to levels seen 2 weeks ago. What? Could be. And maybe what exchange are you trading on? ARK crashed to levels not seen 5 minutes ago. Civic. All right. People keep pounding the table with damn Civic. Let's see what we got here. Well, I mean, you can clearly see where you should have been a buyer. I love these. Kelvin, can you see the railroad tracks here? There's a beautiful candle right there. You should really try and take a screenshot of this. All right, because that's, if you see a bottom come in, big breakout, then come down and just railroad track right off of that original low, that's basically telling you, I don't want to go down anymore. And do you notice how it tried to inside reversal sell signal here, right? This candle finished right on its knees. So basically the market was saying, okay, if you want to dump, you got the green light, and the sellers just didn't bother showing up. Next candle, boom, boom, right back up. This is a huge reversal buy signal right here, right there. Does that make sense? Where could this thing go? Jesus, got a long way to go here, right? If anything, this is a really good example of, Wayne was, about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had some of the coins put in just really violent bottoms and then bounced up. And I said, just be patient, right? This is a perfect example where I could very easily see this thing basically just rally up 38.2, first stop target, totally normal. The irony of it all is this is still a bear until this level is resolved. So at this point, we'll probably roll over. And actually, we just saw this on Bitcoin. What do you think I'm going to be looking for if we top in here and we start coming back down? First off, first stop targets. And that's where we get into those, RLZ cat GIF ping pong matches, those crazy, I don't know why the fib always has to be that big. Anyway, something like that. So my hunch is on a name like this, this move is going to do things like confirm momentum divergences, right? Does that make sense? If we pulled up our momentum indicators, they're probably bumping lower, bumping lower, bumping lower, and this is going to launch them higher. But at this point, we need to see that divergence come in, right? And it's probably, I don't know whether we get back to 38.2, but we might. And by all means, if you can get a trade off, like let's say you did get long here, and if you can get some off here and get free positions, all that kind of stuff, go for it, man. And then, once this dead cat bounce is played out, then we find out whether this is actually really a bottom. And ideally, and what I want, a lot of you guys doing, and do you guys remember, and I don't know whether he's here. Yeah, there he is. Hey, Kevin. Remember, I've told you guys repeatedly over the fall, Kevin and I were sitting in like the middle of February. It's boring. It's cold. It's dark out. Right, chicks are jilting us, and so we're all like, "Well, fuck that, man. Let's go look for charts and let's go find some." Valentine's Day, my ass. Pants are optional. Speak for yourself. That's right. I'm speaking for Brian. Kevin's like, I don't have a problem with the ladies. All right, enough said. Point here is my hunch is, and like this is what I had sort of recommended for coins that had done this a month or so ago, is just give them some time to just breathe and find their bottoms. And my hunch is it's going to do something like this. And ideally this is going to be our sort of gold-plated buy signal for the next bull run. If you're a shark and you're in there rocking and rolling, then great, clip the market here. But I think that we're still trying to figure out whether this is actually even still, this might still be a bear market. Does that make sense? So we are not thinking XVG type shit. So the problem with XVG is it's a very different creature, right? This thing's just come out of the gate and it's still trying to find its bottom. Why can XVG do what it's done? You have to understand, did you guys remember, how does the expression go? The longer the something, the longer the something? That's what she said? The longer the something, the longer the, fill in the blank. But do you understand why this is a very different creature? Because, you could argue that Civic is still trying to end, like it's still in this kind of phase of its life. Does that make sense? Do you see the difference, Kevin? This thing had a long, long, long time to base. So the irony of it all is the reason why it's doing what it's doing is because, like we say, the longer the channel, the bigger the run. And frankly speaking, I wasn't expecting this. This is just nuts. But the irony of it, and you know what? This is a great analogy, guys. I bought this at 2 sats, and I bought like 2.5 million of them. I now have left on the books, just selling halves on doubles. Right? It's almost funny. How many do I have left on the books now? I started with 2.5 million. I'm at 2,600. Isn't that incredible? I started with 2.5 million. I'm down to 2,600 coins. That's just, it's startling, eh? And you can see all these cells. Crazy market. Man, if it keeps doubling, well, I'll just keep spoon feeding them coins. Somebody says that Blitz is starting to pay off now. It's Ballroom Blitz. Oh, that's cute. Look at that double bottom, eh? Jesus. Sometimes these are very difficult to play. Huge spike up here, eh? That would have been so tough. I think I had noticed that there was a gap right here. If anything, this is a great example. And actually, what a good testament. Who can tell me what this bullish setup here is? And actually, the bullish setup fires right there. Who can tell me what this is called? Joby Gap. In your honor, dude. Yeah, that's a good example. Took that Joby Gap. Excellent, Wayne. Good for you. Excellent. Good for you. That is going to make him very happy upstairs. So, well done. All right, guys. Well, what do you think? Anything else you want to look at while you got me here? TIX is new, but I thought interesting. TIX. Oh, yeah. Pretty princess, pretty. As JoJo would say. Nah, I don't like this divergence. It's a little concerning. I don't think I could buy it here, but if you want to work your stink bids against these lows, it's not a bad idea. See if there's any Joshua gaps down here. Oh, hello. Doink. Oh, no, look at that. They left the gap at the exact same level. You can totally see they're just basically saying, okay, well, we'll be back. Let's see, anything down here? Pretty clean through all this, eh? That's a funny little gap down there, right? So if it really falls out of bed, that's a level. Mind you, is never did get a body in there. Yeah, that's an interesting level there, right? Ooh, look at that gap there. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Right, so if the story's legit, then we hold the POC. All right, and that's that gap right in there. If, of course, we lose the POC and, Hoag's 80% rule, we actually accept it back into value. Surprising they were able to get it out of there. But we should come down and test the bottom of value. I'm surprised we didn't see any gaps down in here. And then if the story's just an absolute piece of shit, this is the reset button all the way down here. So, yeah, I mean, right here, no, there's nothing for me, a guy like me to do here. I'm interested that there's that little notch there. I bet you if we did like a reload zone, that would be right down in there. Yeah, I don't know if it has to go all the way back down to the bottom, but I definitely think it makes sense. Right in here. Oops. And our good old line in the sand. Right down in here. Right into that notch. So if I wanted to be a buyer, 33.67 area is probably where I'd want to be hunting. So there you go. Merry Christmas. Actually, that reminds me. I think I want to go buy some. Oh, look at this thing go. Go, Dodgy, go. Sorry. Oh, don't you, son of a bitch. Can you actually say son of a bitch and not be swearing? Oh, oh, oh. Look at the gaps up here too, eh? I mean, right here, you can see this gap right there. It's so obvious where they're taking this thing. Oh, look, and there's another gap right there. So Joshua, do you see how this works on the other way too? I don't think Joshua's been around. Is Joshua here? I don't think Joshua's been here in a bull market to see how this shit works the other way. You've only been in a bear. You've only seen one side of the equation. Now you get to see how the other side works. What an education for you, eh? Geez, you're lucky, son of a bitch. You like literally, I swear, you must have a guardian angel or something sitting on your shoulder, man. You literally walked into this at the absolute perfect time. Anyway, hopefully we're all enjoying this. Poor old Bitcoin, eh? Can't get out of its own way. Coming back down to reload zone, so we didn't even really get that much buying interest coming out of there. What did I want to show you guys? I wanted to look at something. What was it? Jeez, this thing's moved up nicely here recently, eh? Remember I pounded the table about a month or so ago on this, and I felt like an idiot when it broke down. Here we are back at those old rally levels. Look at the volume on this thing, guys. This thing's gonna rock it. I totally think it is. I don't know what's going on here, guys. I mean, if you don't have any, the irony of it all is it's just basically at the levels that we were buying before. I really wouldn't have a problem if you don't have any of this just to go do a little nibble. But wow, man, something big is about to happen there. I'm almost tempted to go buy some more, Blitz is taking off. Look at that pretty chart, eh? Jesus. Oh, well. Again, you guys, you just have to be so thankful that You're just here at the right moment, at the right time. This is one hell of a market, that's for sure. I was going to look at something. What the hell was it I was going to look at? Gold. That's right. Yeah, that's right. GOL got all distracted by the damn dog. I wanted to look at what gold looked like. GOLD. I think I want to go buy some of this, you know? Yeah. Wow. Some pretty big red bars. Wow. Look at that volume ramping up here, right? Jesus. What's it look like down in here? This is probably like, you know, Bob and Benjamin and Jeremy just fucking with these guys, these pigtails. But that's not bad, eh? It's come all the way down and eating its tail. Just put in a nice quiet little bottom in here. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I want to go buy some more of this. The gold chart itself is looking a lot better these days. I don't know whether I like that location, though. Oh, it's really interesting, eh? Even if we just go here to here. Yeah, we're right in basically a buying window. Very interesting. Yeah, I kind of like this thing. You know, it's not a bad place to put some money. You know? I'll be right back, guys. What do you guys think about buying some gold? All right, thanks for the heads up there, Wayne, and reminder. I haven't looked at that in a bit. Hey Ben, Benjamin, comment ça va? Really, 50%? That's cheap, man. You, my friend, are a deal. Hey, somebody got some doubles. Way to go, Nick. Well, what do you think, guys? Should we call it a day? Anybody have anything else they want to look at here before I take off? Salt. All right. Is that like salt? Let's see what we got here. A little bit late. I don't think I could be a buyer here. You might buy like the double bottom, but really I probably want to work some stink bids against these lows. You can see we were thinking about this recently. Probably your buying zone is yeah. Isn't that interesting when you change these reload zones with the price action? The numbers themselves don't really change a hell of a lot. Probably down in here, and there's a gap right there, so I'd be working my stink bids down in here. That's probably down right up against this gap right there. So yeah, it might pop. You know, I mean, obviously this thing's come a long way, right? And it's actually good to see that they're back into the original dump candle. So, you know, if they push this thing up, you might get a nice little extension higher here, but this isn't something that I would buy here. Can we do fib extension? Yeah, technically. You know, like I see A, B, C, D, right? So we could go there to there. And extensions, boobity boo. And then we'll go A, B. And clone that. C, D. So it looks like 113 and doink. Hit. See that? So I don't think it should surprise us that, wow, what a fight here. Probably what's going to happen now is if we've consolidated here and we're going to break out higher, then we might even be thinking, you know, short-term AB equals CDs to take us up into higher levels. But, you know, is this a trade that I would consider? No, I wouldn't do that. They're a little bit, like I said, you know, I like, if anything, this is a profit objective up in here. I like the idea of waiting for pullbacks. You know, if anything, what you want to see is a nice pullback dump. Maybe Bitcoin has a big rally or something like that on really light volume. Hey, that would be perfect to try and sneak in here. But yeah, I'd be, you know, if you're doing the extensions and you're thinking extension levels, then what is it that I want you thinking, Wayne, coming out of the level 1 course? Putting a new position on, or maybe taking a position off. Mm-hmm. All right. Hopefully that gave you justice. Ring that register. Yeah, that's always a good idea. I like that LGD. I think I wanted to buy some of that. I don't know if it's taken off here or not. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah. So my sort of thought process recently, this is kind of like Wayne's feeling that, hey, you know, I'm missing the boat. This thing might take off. But I'm thinking, you know, it's got to do one of these sort of year-end sort of swishes here. So I'm thinking along these kind of lines. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, because we broke out through that high. I wouldn't be surprised if we rally up into these wicks here. But at that point, when that's done, then I'd want to be hunting reload zones to get in. So right now, I'm still thinking short-term up. But this is the short-term play, that sort of violent bounce. It might stall here. That would suck for the short-term players. But my hunch is it probably wants to get up into this area. But you can already see, like, this is not good. If this thing really was a bull, we should see more buyers coming in here, not less. So I think it's in the process of trying to find its bottom. A lot of bounce in that place too. Yeah. You're a crypto king. Come hang out with the crypto queen. Hey, oh, who's that? Is she on one of these pages, Benjamin? I don't know whether I'm allowed to show this or not, but I'm gonna, just because I'm a son of a bitch. She over here? Sorry, ladies. That's terribly sexist. Oh, Brian's a horrible person. Website's always down the oh, the ad legends. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, I think it's in the process. You know which one I think is sort of in that same space, which I think is just awesome, but I totally missed the trade, was this club. Look at the friggin' trade that came in there yesterday. Pissed me off. It was a cute little pop there. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. Too late now. And then also to Mo's coin, right? I really like that Mo's coin. I've been a buyer of it lately here. So we bought some up top, and then I went and added right here. So now my average cost is here, but this thing's ready to rock and roll. So versus LGD, I would much rather be playing this one than that one. Oh yeah, NBT. Hey, you know, if Bitcoin stopped out, then NBT should bottom. This thing is so ridiculously beaten up. Look at that volume coming in here, eh? Somebody knows that this thing's super cheap here. You can even see, look at the divs trying to come in here too. I don't know. Maybe I should go buy a bit more of this. It's a tough one. Thanks for the heads up there, Warwick. I appreciate that. Yeah. This thing theoretically is supposed to be like a hedge against Bitcoin. So, but wow, it's just gotten destroyed here. It might, keep in mind SBD was supposed to be the same thing. And yet SBD's gone, nice and uppy here lately too, eh? So maybe NBT's going to start performing again. Tough to say. Okay, guys, I think we'll probably leave it at that for today. I hope you enjoyed my rants. Long and short of it here, Bitcoin's still in sort of 38.2 weekly test mode. Don't really know exactly where, quote unquote, the bottom is. If all hell breaks loose, I think probably we're thinking like 8,000-ish kind of area. Down into this area here, 78.6s. I'm kind of still thinking 10 holds down. You can see the profile though. Look how holy it is here on these OKCoin forwards. It's messy. So, considering it is the holiday, Merry Christmas to everybody. I don't know whether we'll be talking on the site tomorrow. I'll be with Liam, of course. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit more play here, but if she's just going to fall apart, then yeah, I'll be looking for a dump down into the sort of 10,000 area, big fat round number, then a lot of chop as we sort of play around with this trend line down here. We're getting, maybe we have the signs of a bottom coming in here. It's still a little too early for us to get super bull. And as I had said earlier, any kind of counter trend rallies back up into this area, we are spoon feeding some of our profits that we've taken here recently, and just converting a bit of more money over into the tether. And as well, we even talked about it today. I think I actually am feeling like I might go buy some of that gold. Okay, guys, you have yourselves a great rest of your Sunday. I'll be in and out with Liam. By all means, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Have yourselves a great Christmas holiday with you and your family and your loved ones. All the best from TRI, and we'll see everybody after the holiday. Bye for now.